So I will hand it over to Marie to get going.
Hey, I'm very happy to see a lot of people that I know. Thank you for coming. So exciting. I'm usually doing my call in French, so that's going to be a bit awkward, but we can do it. It's all good. Oh, here we go. Some mic are on. Okay, so my name is Marie-Soleil. Maybe you know me as Sunshine, because that's usually how I present myself. I've been with Young Living for 3 years now. Yeah, just celebrate that. And my first big win with Young Living products were a bit messed up. I told today in my stories I'm going to talk about anxiety, but not like just diffuse some lavender. That's not what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to go a little bit deeper because that's what helped me go through anxiety, go through my burnout, because that's a thing when you're a teacher. So I started in 2018. I was teaching full time at that point, and I was so tired, burnt out. I could not teach anymore. It was too much. I had a lot of parents being on my case at the school, and that was too much. So I started the school year being tired, like from the year before. And in October, I was on a burnout. I went to seek for help. Saw a therapist. I saw a naturopath. I was like everywhere wanting to be better, feel better, but nothing was really helping me. I could not get out of work. The doctor told me I should change job if I was not in love with my job anymore. So that was really sad. Now I can like laugh about it, but it was not funny at the time. It was not. So I was super tired. I was anxious all the time. I was crying myself to sleep every night, not knowing what was about to come tomorrow. I would be sick on my way to work. I had like 7 minutes drive to go to work every morning, and I would stop on my way. I would vomit and go back in my car, go to work. I was so done. And that was all anxiety coming up in different ways, and me ignoring it and just go back to work anyway. I was forgetting things. I was like so lost in a big like mental fog. And I'm usually super like, I know what to do, super organized, structure. And at that point, it was not the case at all. And that wasn't me. That wasn't normal at all. I was not listening to myself, to my body. I was not listening to people. Like I was teaching, not listening to the kids. I was like somewhere lost in my head. That was big alarm that I did not listen to, and now I would. But at this time, I was just like, just go to work, make sure the kids are okay, and you're good. So I started to see a therapist. That really helped me for my brain, understanding my emotion, dealing with trauma. That was really good, but I was not being myself yet. I saw a naturopath. She really helped me with my physical health, and like we dealt with the food I was eating, what was helping my anxiety to grow bigger. So we worked on that. I was saying that she boosted my body with supplement. I took so many different supplements while I was with her, but really in the idea to boost my body to come back to normal. That was good, still not enough. I was still missing something. I took some gut health workshop because my naturopath talked about, well, in your gut, that's where the serotonin is made, and if that's not clean, well, you're not producing it, and that would be why you are not happy and you have anxiety, burned out. So I went to some workshop to learn about that, and a girl talked about the fact that all the harsh chemicals that we use to wash our bath, our floors, our counter, they were actually like attacking my gut. And I was like, huh. And that's when I started to think like 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, so I'm doing all this
He
good.
wants to watch him when he's coming back down. We'll see.
So I'm doing all this good on this side. but I'm also filling my body with the chemicals at the same time. So I was not giving like that rest that my body needed to really feel better. So at that point, I was just starting with Young Living. I just bought my super kit. I was very excited about that. I was diffusing lavender like my life depending on it, because somebody told me that that helped with anxiety. So I was just diffusing lavender all the time. I did not like the smell at all, but I was still diffusing it because it helps. So I was using that a lot. And then when I learned about the chemicals in the cleaning products, I was like, I'm gonna try the Thieves line. So I bought the Thieves line. I really put all my cleaning stuff in a box, throw it outside, and I used the Thieves for 2 months, and I really saw a difference at that point. But I was seeing a therapist, I was in naturopath, so it was not the only thing I was doing, but I could see a very big difference right away. My body changed, I was more happy, I was not vomiting anymore, I was not crying myself to sleep, so it was really getting better. So with all the support I had on the side and Young Living, ditching all the chemicals, adding good stuff for my health, being more conscious about my gut health, and using the oils really, really helped me. So in 2 months, I could see a difference, and I was on a burnout for 6 months when I started Young Living, and it took 2 months to get really better. So that was very successful for me. So if you are not really aware about your gut health, I would suggest that you look for leaky gut and how your serotonin is made in your body, what you can do to clean your space to help your gut. That's really helpful. Like, I don't think that you should just take my words and just change everything. I think that you should look into it. That's what I did. And it really helped me because your gut is your second brain. So you have to take care of that. That's really important. So yeah, I would say that the products that I used the most at that time, I bought the old Thieves kit, but I was not using everything just yet. So I used just the cleaner, Thieves cleaner for everything. I use that a lot. I use the laundry soap and the dish soap. Those were the three that I use the most in my everyday life. And that helped me switching all the products I was using that was too bad for my gut and ditch the perfume and the fragrance. So that was like a good step. I did not use the toothpaste right away. I did not use everything right away, but those three were really my basic. Plus lavender, and as I only had the kit, I use lavender a lot. I use copaiba for my anxiety attack, so that could help anyone here. You can just diffuse it, or you can put 1 drop on your thumb and just go in your mouth, and you wait a couple seconds and it's gonna help. I did it with Frank too. That is my favorite one. Now I think I just smell it and it calms me down because my brain is so used to it. So Frank is a must. And I really liked the smell of Northern Light Black Spruce, and I learned that it's really grounding, so I was using it even more. So I put it in my hair, I put it everywhere, just to be more grounded, no anxiety anymore. I feel great, everything is wonderful. Of course, we do have other oils, but I had the kit, so that's what I used from the kit to help me. Now I also use orange. I use Stress Away, like the name said. So if you like a mojito or a vacation in a bottle, I would say go with Stress Away. It's very helpful. And yeah, just be aware about that. Do some daily changes, ditch all the chemicals if you can. If you cannot, do just simple switch, and that could help you. I don't believe that using lavender for anxiety would change anything, because that's like putting a band-aid on it. That's why I was like, something is wrong. I need to go deeper. I wanted to find the root and really work on that. So that's what I did, and it looks like it worked. It worked very good for me. I know it works for other people too. I have some members in my team that use my tips and it works for them. So I'm very happy that I can share that. And yeah, I think we have to look further, not just put a band-aid on it, but really go deeper and find what's going on with my body and what's connected and how we can feel better. So I did that super quickly, but that would be my story with anxiety. If you have any question, I am open to answer any question. And if anybody else can answer with me, you are welcome to jump on.
I'll ask a question. So now that you're further into your journey using essential oils and natural products, what is your go-to for anxiety, or like kind of not necessarily a band-aid, but like that right away, like help and support that you lean on?
It would be Frank. I use Frank
No.
for, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still my go-to from anxiety. I go with Frank. I smell it and I just put it right on my thumb in my mouth and it works so good. Yeah, that's my secret sauce.
I have a question too. So you said you use Frank. That's amazing. I love Frank for, emotions. Do you find that you are applying your oils in the morning as like a preventative to prevent anxiety creeping in throughout the day? Or are you using oils when it happens, or do you do both?
Now I just do it if I need to. But when I started, I was applying them pretty much every morning. Yeah. Lavender at night. I had like my little routine all the time. Lavender at night before I go to bed, come down, and I put my Northern Light in my hair so I can smell it every day. I was smelling my Frank before I was going to work. So I had like those little steps, but I don't do them anymore. But yes, I used to do that every day. Yeah, how I apply the oils. Well, Northern Light, I put in my hair, like super easy peasy. I just put one drop. Now I have my braid and I just put it in my hair like that. So I can smell it every day, all day. I can already smell it. That's perfect. And Copaiba and Frank, I'm gonna do it in front of you. So that's super chic, but still just put one drop like this. And it works. It doesn't taste good. You get used to that, but it works. Like I'm already calmer. I should have done that before. So that works super good. At Copaiba, you can do the same thing or just drop one drop in your mouth, like under your tongue. That works well. And lavender was just diffusing it. I didn't put it on me because I don't like the smell. But we know if you're in Young Living for a while with oils, when you don't like a smell, usually it's because you need it. So I need a lot of lavender in my life, that's for sure. Thank you for asking.
I loved all of that. And I loved that you said that like you don't want to just band-aid things. Like I think people are very quick, and everybody's seen that meme that goes around with the lavender, like I'm so stressed, this is what I need, all the lavender. But it's so true. And I think that's something that's so important when you look at natural solutions, and like especially with Young Living, is we're trying to get to the bottom of things. It's not just putting a band-aid on it and like moving on. It's getting to the root cause of why these things are happening. And who would have thought, myself included, years and years ago, that my gut was impacting my emotions, right? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another question.
Yeah, I just had a supplements question. I was about to say that, like, I did not think about that at that point, about the supplement. But now, knowing what I know with Young Living and working on my gut health, I use Ningxia. Ningxia is a really good one. Other than that, I take Lifeline every night before I go to bed. So that helps for the gut health. And other than that, is there one just for digestion that I use? I don't think so. I use this Essential Zyme 4 that helped me too. I think that's pretty it. That helped really my gut. We did a call on digestion already, so all those tips works if we don't think about it, but those are really like the basic of why we have anxiety. So I think dealing with all digestion is really helpful. So when I do some classes on anxiety with the kid, and I do talk about digest, because I was sick had like bad digestion, I had heartburn. So digest was one of my best friends at that point too. Yeah, super B. Well, we say we take super B to not be super B, right? So yes, that's also helpful. Yes, for sure. Any other questions? I went so quickly tonight. I was ready. Well, if there's no more, oh yes, Laura.
I was just going to say that one thing that I've noticed through the last few calls is that everything is so like connected. Like you talked about digestion, but digestion affects emotions. But then you also talk about hormones and how hormones affect it, and hormones, how it affects hair. So everything that we've talked about in these storytelling, they're so intertwined and connected. So I'm interested to see like how the lifestyle changes that people implement, and we learn from each other how we're going to change and what we will learn as time goes by. And it's interesting, like a lot of us have been doing this for a while, and we're still learning from each other. We're still improving our health. And as the world throws more at us, it's just really cool. One thing that I also was thinking as you were talking was that people's like, understandably over the last 2 years, anxiety and depression have like skyrocketed. That's not a secret. But then also people's use of harsh chemicals has skyrocketed in trying to clean, and like hand sanitizers and all of the junk that's in it. So like the correlation with that is like right on fire. So thank you for like opening my eyes to that, because I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until you talked about it tonight. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. And that's a good point. Yes, there's a lot of fear and anxiety, but we also wash our hands with crappy soap every day. So, and a lot. So yes, that's a good point. Thank you so much.
I think too, like the just a little bit mentality has grown over the last 2 years too. Like it's just a little bit of this or just a little bit of that in all these like harsh chemicals, and it adds up, right? I think we've all seen the lists of things that go around, like it's just a little bit of this in your food, or it's just a little bit of that in your hand sanitizer. And then we see all these recalls and stuff coming up. It's all so interconnected, just like you said, Laura. And it's like, it's mind boggling once you uncover it, because most of us come and start for one thing. And then we realize how many other things are really at play, right? When we're digging deep into our wellness. So that's awesome. I really loved your call tonight, Marie.
Yeah, thank you. Like really, I bought the kit for lavender. That's all I wanted. Because they told me if I put some lavender on, I'm gonna be fine. But it was so much bigger than that. I went so much deeper, and like it's changing my life in like every sense of it, pretty much. So I think it's a very good experiment to do. And if you're interested, well, I can share more info if you need for anxiety and what I did, and I can support you with that. So if there's no more question, I'm gonna leave you. Tina,
I'll add something really quickly, because I know we've had some anxiety and mood disorders in our house for sure. And I know my husband has used Copaiba under his tongue, very much similar to what you were saying, and found that super effective. But for my teens, I know that the probiotic, the kids probiotic, and also the kids unwind. The unwind made a huge difference. And apparently it's the magnesium in it. So a lot of people just think of that for sleep, but it is really, really great for mood as well. So I just wanted to add that in case anyone has kids or teens. It's really great.
Yes, that's a good point.
Thank you for everything you shared tonight. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Bergamot. Yeah, bergamot. That's a good one too. And it smells so good. Like for me, not liking lavender, bergamot would be a good choice. For sure. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for coming. It was nice to see you all. And next week we have another call with Alex, and we are talking about sleep, if I'm not mistaken. So still connected. We stay in the same line. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, everybody.